Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to everyone, and I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe and healthy. We are from Group 4 that consists of 5 members. We'd like to present about Al-Qiyas Al-Istisna'i. My name is Nur Adlina binti Muhammad Nazri, and I will be the first presenter for this group. Okay, so this is table of contents for this topic. First, Al-Qiyas. Second, definition Al-Qiyas Al-Istisna'i. Third, Al-Qiyas Al-Istisna'i Al-Ittisali. Fourth, Al-Qiyas Al-Istisna'i Al-Infisali. And lastly, the conclusion. Okay, first, Al-Qiyas. Before we go further to Al-Qiyas Al-Istisna'i, I would like to brief shortly and recall about Al-Qiyas. Okay, what is Qiyas? Qiyas is one part of istidlal, or the search for arguments, clues, or indicators that can lead to a conclusion. Meanwhile, istidlal is the transfer of the mind from something known to something unknown. And Qiyas is a kind of argument containing 3 propositions. 2 of them are premises, al-qadiyah, and 1 is a conclusion, natijah. Okay, there are 3 elements of Qiyas. First, had asghar, second, had akbar, and third, had awsat. Had asghar is the mahmud for natijah, had akbar is the mahmul for natijah, and had awsat is the repetition word in qadiyah 1 and qadiyah 2. Okay, there are 3 qadiyah in Qiyas. First, muqaddimah sughra, minor premise, is the qadiyah that have in had asghar. Second, muqaddimah kubra, major premise, is the qadiyah that have in had kubra. And third, natijah, the conclusion, is the conclusion or result from premise 1 and premise 2. Okay, so this is example of Qiyas. Alcohol is intoxicating. Everything that is intoxicating is forbidden. Alcohol is forbidden. Okay, so the first line, alcohol is intoxicating is the muqaddimah sughra. And then the second line, everything that is intoxicating is forbidden, is the muqaddimah kubra. And the third line, alcohol is forbidden, is the natijah. Okay, Al-Qiyas is divided into 2 parts, which are first Al-Istiqrani, second Al-Istisna'i. Okay, for the Al-Istiqrani were presented by Group 3. And we, from Group 4, will explain in more detail about Al-Istisna'i. Okay, first I will start with definition Al-Qiyas Al-Istisna'i. Okay, what is Al-Qiyas Al-Istisna'i? It is that which mentions in its premise the result itself or the opposite of the result. In other words, its negation. And Qiyas Istisna'i is known as Sharti because of one of the 2 muqaddimah is Shartiyah. And it is named Istisna'i because it has the word exceptions, pengecualian, in the words. Okay, in Malay, Istisna'i ini maksudnya pengecualian. Jadinya, susunan Qiyas Istisna'i ini terdiri dari 2 muqaddimah. Yang pertama, muqaddimah kubra yang terdiri dari qadiyah syartiyah. Yang kedua, muqaddimah sughra yang terdiri dari qadiyah yang diawali oleh adat istisna'i, itu pengecualian, dengan menggunakan perkataan tetapi. Okay, so here is the example for the Qiyas Istisna'i. If this is an apple, then it is a fruit, but it is an apple. So the result natijah is, it is the fruit. Okay, there are 2 types of Al-Qiyas Al-Istisna'i. First, Al-Ittisali, second, Al-Infisali. Okey, syarat untuk menghasilkan kesimpulan ataupun natijah dalam Qiyas Istisna'i ini mesti ada 2. Yang pertama, mesti menggunakan qadiyah syartiyah. Yang kedua, mesti terdapat hubungan sebab akibat pada Qiyas Istisna'i Infisali dan terdapat kontradiksi pada Qiyas Al-Istisna'i Al-Infisali. Okay, that's all from me. I will pass to second presenter to explain more about Al-Ittisali.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Hazirah binti Muhammad Zamri. So for now, I will proceed for the first part of Qiyas Istisna'i, which is Qiyas Istisna'i Al-Ittisali. So let's look forward for the definition. It is that syllogism Qiyas which has in the conditional premise mandatory conjunction, in which the first premise or muqaddimah in the Qiyas consists of syartiyah muttasilah, the consequences. It is called syartiyah because the statement have the customary requirement, adatul syarat. It also being called as muttasilah because of the consequences are bound together between the muqaddimah and at-tali. So here meaning the muqaddimah in that premise, muqaddimah dalam premise ataupun statement qiyas tersebut terdiri daripada syartiyah muttasilah. Okey, kita katakan syartiyah kerana dalam statement itu ataupun dalam muqaddimah itu adanya adatus syarat. Dan dikatakan muttasilah kerananya terdapat keterikatan antara muqaddam dan tali dalam statement tersebut. Okay. Dan muttasilah panggil the consequences, sebab dan akibat. Sebab dan akibat dalam ayat tersebut kita nampak dengan jelas. Dia punya kita akan nampak secara jelas di mana kita nampak the muqaddam dan juga at-tali tu bound together. Okay. Sebab itulah ia dikatakan muttasilah. So next we look forward for the types of al-istisna' al-ittisali. There are two, which is first one the qadiyah which will come to conclusion, second one the qadiyah which will not come to conclusion. Qadiyah which will come to the conclusion di mana statement yang akan menjelaskan ataupun akan mendatangkan natijah. Dan lagi satu statement ataupun qadiyah yang tidak akan mendatangkan natijah. Qadiyah which will come to conclusion, there are two. First, exclude the muqaddam and create the at-tali as conclusion. Second, exclude the opposite of at-tali and create the opposite of muqaddam as conclusion. The second one, the qadiyah which will not come to conclusion. First, exclude at-tali and did not create the muqaddam as conclusion. Second, exclude the opposite of muqaddam and did not create the opposite of at-tali as a conclusion. So I will explain to you for the first one. Okay, qadiyah which will come to a conclusion. Qadiyah yang mana akan mendatangkan natijah ataupun keputusan. So there are two types, which is the first one, exclude the muqaddam and create the at-tali as conclusion. For example, if the sun rise, then there is a daylight. Qadiyah second, but the sun rise. So the conclusion could be, then there is a daylight. So for the qadiyah first, we can see the muqaddam is the sunrise and there is a daylight is the at-tali. So we can see the connection between the muqaddam and at-tali. That's why we call muttasilah. And for this muttasilah, istisna'i muttasilah, we exclude the muqaddam and create the at-tali as a conclusion. Meaning, kita mengecualikan muqaddam dengan menggunakan adatul istisna' ada iaitu but, dan mengecualikan muqaddam iaitu the sunrise. So, the conclusion boleh jadi then there is a daylight. Conclusion boleh jadi at-tali. Kita menjadikan at-tali tu sebagai conclusion. So, there is a formula that we can see, that we can use. The qadiyah first, if A then B, qadiyah second, but A. So the conclusion could be B. Okay, that's for the first part. Kita mengecualikan muqaddam dan mendatangkan at-tali sebagai conclusion ataupun natijah. Okay, for the second part, exclude the opposite of at-tali and create the opposite of muqaddam as a conclusion. For the example, if the sun rises, then there is a daylight. But there is no daylight, then the sun not rise. Okay, here we can see the muqaddam, the sunrise, and the at-tali is there is a daylight. But we exclude the opposite of at-tali, meaning kita mengecualikan lawan kepada at-tali. We use the adatul istisna' which is but, and we come with the opposite of the at-tali, which is no daylight. So the conclusion could be, then the sun not rise. We use the opposite also for the muqaddam as the conclusion. So there also the formula, which is qadiyah first, if A then B, qadiyah second but not B. So the conclusion could be not A. So this is the example for the first one for making the conclusion of istisna ittisali. I hope that everyone could understand well and could see the meaning and the explanation from this slide. I hope everyone learn well, and I will pass to my friends, which is Amy. So, thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Amila binti Kamarudin. So insyaAllah, I will continue to the second division of Al-Qiyas, Al-Istisna'I, Al-Ittisali, which is the qadiyah which will not come to a conclusion, or in Arabic, we call it as natijah. So, why this qadiyah do not have any conclusion? Because the consequence, at-tali, is more general than premise. Or we call it in Arabic as muqaddam. So here I provide one formula for this division, so insyaAllah we can understand and can remember it easily. So the formula is it has Q1, it has Q2, but it does not have any conclusion. So for this qadiyah, there are two hukum, which is the first one, exclude at-tali and did not create the muqaddam as a conclusion. For example, Q1, if I fart, so my ablution is invalid. If I fart, we call it as muqaddam. My ablution is invalid, we call it as at-tali. Q2, but my ablution is invalid, and we cannot make any conclusion. Because not just fart can make our ablution is invalid. So if we say I fart, this is wrong. It is we cannot make it a proper conclusion. Okay. So second, exclude the opposite of muqaddam and did not create the opposite of at-tali or predicate as a conclusion. For example, if I fart, so my ablution is invalid. If I fart, muqaddam, my ablution is invalid, at-tali, Q2, but I did not fart, opposite of muqaddam. Yang ni terbalik, opposite dengan yang first tadi tu. Dan sama juga kita tak boleh buat any conclusion. Sebab bukan sahaja terkentut yang boleh membatalkan wuduk kita, malah ada lagi benda lain, perkara-perkara yang boleh membatalkan wuduk kita. It can be poop, can be pee, can be fart, can be sleeping, and so on. Or can be what we call, can be loss of mental faculty, and so on. So we cannot make any conclusion that wudu is batal, because there are so many causes that make our ablution is invalid. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Nurhayati binti Ismail, and let us continue our topic on the second types of al-qiyas al-istisna'i, which is al-infisali. Okay. Before this, we learn about al-ittisali. Then now we will learn about al-infisali. Infisali is very different. It's quite different from the al-ittisali, because the infisali, it is that syllogism qiyas which has the first premise, muqaddimah, consists of syartiyah munfasilah. Syartiyah munfasilah with the consequence that is at-tali. Okay, why it's called as syartiyah? Because the statement here have the customary requirement, which is adatu syarti, such as sometimes, neither, either, and it is also being called as munfasilah because of the muqaddimah and at-tali are clearly opposite with each other, but they are bound with the custom terms. And the qadiyah syartiyah munfasilah must be opposite with each other, mujibah, and also kulliyah. Next, there are three types of al-qiyas al-istisna'i al-infisali, which is haqiqiyah, mani'atul jam'i, and mani'atul khuluwi. And I will cover the part of haqiqiyah. Okay, what is haqiqiyah? Haqiqiyah is the resulting dab of munfasilah mani'ah jam'i and khulu, in fact. Okay, meaning that the hukum, dab here is hukum that happens in fact because of the mani'ah jam'i and khului in the statement. And it is composed of something and its opponents are similar to nakid, opposite. For example, we took example of alive and die. Alive here, its opposite is not alive. So it is similar to death, right? To die. And also die, the opposite is not die. So not die here refer to alive. Like that lah. Okay. So kat sini hidup dan mati. Okay. Okay, let us see at the example. Either Umar is alive or he is dead. Alive here is the muqaddimah or the premise, and dead is the consequence or at-tali. As we see, alive and dead are both opposite in meaning. So it is al-qiyas al-istisna'i al-infisali. And in this statement or qadiyah, it has mani'ah jam'i and also mani'ah khuluwi. What is mani'ah jam'i? Mani'ah jam'i means preventing from gathering. In this statement means they cannot both existing together, which means it is impossible for Umar to be alive and to be dead at the same time. And for the mani'ah khuluwi, if we translate it, means preventing from free. And in this statement means they cannot be not existing together. And okay, Umar cannot be not alive and at the same time he is not dead. So it is impossible to be not alive and not dead. So he must be either alive or dead. Okay. So for the haqiqiyah, there are 4 situations that can be happen. And first is setting the muqaddam produce a disclaimer on the at-tali. Second, denying the muqaddam resulted in a fixation on the at-tali. Third, setting the tali produce a disclaimer on the muqaddam. And fourth, denying the tali produce a fixation on the muqaddam. And these 4, we can use it as a guideline, as a formula for us to produce the hukum, the natijah for the hakikiyah. Okay, first, we took the same example. Either Umar is alive or he is dead. So here Q1 is qadiyah 1, Q2 is qadiyah 2, and N is natijah. And we make here, we fix the muqaddam. The muqaddam is alive, so we take it and take it for the qadiyah 2, but he is alive. So alive here is fixed, taken from the muqaddam. It is muqaddam itself. So the natijah here produce a disclaimer on the at-tali. So then he did not die. So here in Malay we say that Umar, tetapi Umar masih hidup. Jadinya dia tak matilah kan. Okay. So second, we deny the muqaddam. Muqaddam here alive, so we deny it as not alive. So here qadiyah second, but he is not alive. So the natijah here resulted in a fix to the at-tali. So natijah, then he is dead. For the third one, we fix the at-tali, which is dead. We take it for the qadiyah second, but he is dead. So the natijah produce a disclaimer on the muqaddam, which is then he did not alive. So in Malay, Umar, tetapi Umar ini meninggal, mati. So, dia tidak hidup lah. Okay. And the fourth one, we deny the Atali. Atali here is dead, so we deny it as not die. But he is not die yet and comes to the result of fixed to the Muqaddam. So the natijah, then he is alive. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Ellie. And now, let's proceed to the next part, which is the second part in Al-Qiyas Al-Istisna'I Al-Infisali. The second part is Mani'atul Jam'i. What's the mean by Mani'atul Jam'i? The resulting doubts of the Mani'atul Jam'i Munfasilah. It is composed of matter and more specifically of nakid, opposites. Here's means that, as we know, we have Qadiyatul Ula, or first statement, Qadiyatul Thani, which is the second statement, and then we get the natijah. So, what's the mean by specifics? Here's mean that in the first Qadiyah, the sentence is more specific. So after this, we will see how was it. So, here's also means darb ialah hukum atau jenis dalam bahasa Melayu. Jadi, hukum atau jenis yang terhasil bagi munfasilah mani'atul jam'i. Ianya tersusun dari sesuatu perkara dan lebih khusus dari nakid, iaitu lawannya. So now, let's proceed to the next part, which is there is two situation of mani'atul jam'i. The first one is fixing the muqaddam produce a disclaimer on the tali. Here's mean that in bahasa Melayu, menetapkan muqaddam menghasilkan penafian pada at-tali. The second one is setting the tali produce a disclaimer on the muqaddam. Here's mean in bahasa Melayu, menetapkan at-tali menghasilkan penafian pada muqaddam. So now, let's see the example one of mani'atul jam'i. In terms of fixing the muqaddam, produce a disclaimer on the at-tali. Let's see the Qadiyatul Ula. The first statement, which is, something is either white or greens. This sentence looks more specific because we have only two options, either white or greens. Dalam bahasa Melayu, kita faham, sesuatu itu sama ada putih atau hijau. Kita hanya ada dua pilihan, jadi itu yang menunjukkan ia lebih spesifik. Okay, so now let's see the second qadiyah. The second statement is, but it is white. So, white here is muqaddam, and in the first qadiyah also have a muqaddam which is white. It means that fixing the muqaddam, menetapkan muqaddam. So, let's see the natijah. N stand for natijah. Then, it is not greens. Here's not greens mean produce a disclaimer on the tali. If we see in the first qadiyah, it says that greens as a tali. So, natijah here's he's produced a disclaimer on the atali. He says not greens. Now, we move to the second example of mani'atul jam'i. In terms of setting the tali, produce a disclaimer on the muqaddam. So, let's refer to the first qadiyah. Something is either white or greens. Here's means that white is muqaddam, green is at-tali. The differences between the first example and the second example is in Qadiyatul Sani. In Qadiyatul Sani or second statement, it says that but it is greens. Greens here is at-tali. In the first qadiyah, also have green as a tali. So, here's means that setting the tali. So, let's see the natijah. Then, it is not white. Not white here refers to produce a disclaimer on the muqaddam because white in qadiyatul ula is muqaddam, but he says in natijah is not white. So now we proceed to the next one, which is mani'atul hulu. Mani'atul hulu is the third part in al-qiyas, al-istisna'i, al-infisali. What's the mean by mani'atul hulu? Mani'atul hulu means the resulting doubts of the mani'atul hulu munfasilah. It is composed of something and it's more common than naqids. It is opposites. The differences between mani'atul jam'i and mani'atul hulu only in terms of specific and generally. Mani'atul hulu more generally in qadiyatul ula. There are two situations of mani'atul hulu. The first one is denying the muqaddam resulted in a fixation on the tali. The second one is denying the tali produced a fixation on the muqaddam. It seemed like before, but the first one is menafikan muqaddam, menetapkan at-tali. The second one, menafikan at-tali, menetapkan muqaddam. Vice versa. Let's see the example 1 of mani'atul hulu. In terms of denying the muqaddam resulted in a fixation on the at-tali. The first qadiyah. The first statement said something is neither red nor yellow. Sesuatu itu bukanlah merah, bukanlah kuning. Neither red here is muqaddam, nor yellow here is at-tali. For the second qadiyah, says but it is red. Red here is muqaddam. Here's mean that denying the muqaddam. The second qadiyah deny the first qadiyah, which is red with neither reds. So, for the natijah, then it is not yellow. Here means that a fixation on the at-tali. So, not yellow, same with at-tali in the first qadiyah. Dalam bahasa Melayu, untuk mudah faham, sesuatu itu bukanlah merah, bukanlah kuning. Boleh jadi color lain. Jadi, untuk statement kedua, dia kata ini adalah merah. Jadi, merah itu menafikan qadiyah pertama, muqaddam qadiyah pertama. Untuk natijah, dia menetapkan sebab dia kata, ya, ini bukanlah color kuning. Jadi, sama dengan qadiyah yang pertama. So now, let's see the second example of mani'atul hulu in terms of denying the tali produce a fixation on the muqaddam. In first qadiyah, something is neither red nor yellow, same like example before. But the difference is in qadiyatul sani, but it is yellow. Yellow here is at-tali, means that in qadiyatul ula, at-tali nor yellow. Means that denying the at-tali. Second qadiyah yang kedua ni menafikan at-tali yang ada pada qadiyah yang pertama. So, let's see the natijah. Then, it is not red. Not red here is actually muqaddam, but it's mean that not red, a fixation on the muqaddam, menetapkan muqaddam yang sama pada qadiyatul ula. Not red, same with neither reds.
Okay, lastly, we move on to conclusion. Qiyas istisna is a form of qiyas consisting of two muqaddimah that will produce conclusions, whereby the first muqaddimah is qadiyah syartiyah and the second muqaddimah is qadiyah istisna'i, And the word istisna'i is the word but. Qiyas istisna'i is divided into two, namely Qiyas istisna'i ittisali, of which the first muqaddimah is a syartiyah muttasila, and Qiyas istisna'i infisali, where the first muqaddimah is the syartiyah munfasila. These qiyas are further divided into three forms, which are hakiki, mani'atul jama'i, and mani'atul hulu'. That's all from us. I hope you guys can understand well about Qiyas istisna'i. Thank you.